Some call it the heartland. Others call it America's breadbasket. Progressives call it Flyover America. But those that live there call it home.
We are on our way right now to go meet with Francisco. He is a resident of Wichita, Kansas, and we're gonna meet with him, talk to some of his friends, just kind of get a little bit of a glimpse into his life and what it's like being a deplorable living in Wichita, Kansas. Hey, how are you doing?
Remember Francisco?
Yeah, Francisco. Hi.
Hi. Come right in. My house is your house.
Thank you.
7 days a week is typical in the aircraft business. A lot of the people that are doing it are I would say, are kind of like myself. We work hard. We don't mind working, and it's definitely something that I don't think everybody can do.
Aircraft is what this city runs off of. I know Spirit alone employs over 10,000 people from the Wichita and surrounding areas. That's not including Cessna, Hawker Beechcraft, and all the little miscellaneous aircraft parts that get built all around the city.
We are a supplier for Spirit, for Boeing, for Hawker, Bell Helicopter. We make some of their products. We work with a lot of ITAR products. For instance, at PMC, we build some of the cockpit assemblies for the F-35 fighter jet.
Some of it is classified or sensitive material. I mean, we all had to go through federal background checks in order to even work there.
And the training and everything else that comes with it.
Yeah. My father has been out there for 35 years, and he said he was making more in the 80s and the 90s than he is today. People at my job, people that have been there for 20 plus years, and every one of them says that the insurance that they had before Obamacare came out was 10 times better and cheaper. We listened to Alex Jones for years. Daily listener. I buy the products, obviously.
When I started getting into Alex Jones and reading the articles, I started sharing the links. I couldn't help but I felt this overwhelming sense of truth, and I wanted to share it with everybody. I felt like everybody should be reading this stuff, and I'm just thinking, like, why aren't more people paying attention to this, you know? And I kind of wanted to popularize it amongst my friends, and it was hard to do because I'm Hispanic. I come from a Hispanic neighborhood, and the things that Trump had said early on in his campaign, when you mention the word Donald Trump, people go berserk most of the time. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to do, but I still spread the links on my Facebook. When you're making comments like that and there's a bunch of people reading them, a lot of people will start attacking you. So I'd be having debates with liberals on Facebook for hours on hours until it took me a while before I got to the point where, you know what, I'm not even going to bother with these people. I'm only willing to talk to people that are wanting to listen and that are actually seeking the truth. I turned Alex Jones on to a lot of guys at work, and they said, hey, I can't listen to this. It makes me feel jittery because he gets me so hyped up. So you know, and
he does get you worked up
every once in a while. You know? But Americans should be worked up. You should be worked up. And I think that's a natural feeling. I think it's normal to feel that way because the things that are going on just ain't right. A lot of the things that's going on, like for instance Congress right now, and a lot of the Republicans blocking Trump's agenda, a lot of that stuff is nonsense. You know, Obamacare, people's premiums are going up 200%. Americans ought to be more outraged about that. So the kind of reaction that you get from Alex Jones, I think, is natural and normal.
This here, this is what they call flyover country, but you know, we're here doing our thing.
So we like to rock the wood grain. We like to rock the cowhide. We are from Kansas. We're a lot like Texans.
Why personally do you choose to have a firearm in your home?
Protect my family, of course. I think that's the most important reason, but I would think that equally important would be to exercise the right to keep and bear arms, because it's a lot like working out and building muscle. If you use it or lose it. So that's the reason why I like to open carry in public, because I want to kind of normalize it to the public. Although Kansas took a more pro Second Amendment approach, I would like to see more citizens out on the street open carrying or concealed carrying. I just want to normalize it so people are out in the street, and I want them to feel comfortable and safe around firearms.
My girlfriend does. She worked at bars, so she would get off at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, walking out to the car by herself. So I felt better knowing that she had protection on her at all times whenever she goes, and she doesn't do that now. She sits behind a desk and answers phones all day, but she still has it on her. We are very pro Second Amendment at my house.
My mom was anti Second Amendment our whole entire life because I come from a rough neighborhood. There was shootings and stuff, and I came a long way myself. Like I said, just about a year ago, I had no idea about Alex Jones. I had no idea. I wasn't really into politics and stuff like that. But like I said, I've came a long way and experienced awakening, you could probably say.
A lot of people are so used to watching the TV and and they listen to the other radios where they actually use techniques of NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming.
People can occasionally sound like they're reading right off the script. We're calling it scripted voice. Sometimes maybe not sounding like they're talking to a person.
And it's a way to kind of put people in trance.
You will feel lighter, happier, more delighted in every way.
So that you get past their barriers where they would question things. It goes right into your subconscious mind and speaks to them, and it's a way of kind of inputting thoughts and suggestions with people, and they use it in TV, commercials. It's a very powerful tool. The thing is Alex Jones, he's not using anything like that.
Support for NPR comes from NPR offering Hoodie Footy PJs and from the listeners who support this NPR station.
New World Order cares a lot about you. You know, I could actually try to communicate, have my outreach to like NPR listeners.
And he's just kind of like, rah, telling you what it is, and he's breaking people from the trance.
They want to shatter your mind talking about Justin Bieber!
When I started listening to Alex Jones, when I say I became awakening experience, what I like to call it, for instance, me and my wife would go out and watch movies. And for instance, I can't even look at the world anymore the same because now that Alex Jones had taken these blindfolds off my eyes, I'm able to see right through the camouflage and right through the propaganda. My wife wanted to watch a movie called Get Out. And this movie was basically about a white female. She's younger. She's dating a black male.
Can I see your license, please?
He wasn't driving.
I didn't ask who was driving. I asked to see his ID.
She goes up to her super wealthy family, and it's like an all-white community. And basically, he's like this only black guy, but everybody in the town was secretly racist and did all kinds of satanic or occult things at nighttime. About 15, 20 minutes into the movie, I had told my wife, hey, you know what? This movie is just straight BS. This is straight propaganda. You know what this movie is subconsciously supposed to teach you? And she's like, what's that? And I said, this movie is subconsciously teaching you that basically every white person is somehow secretly racist. Because that's what's going on in the movie, and they want you to believe that. And I said, let me ask you something. How did you feel towards white people after watching this movie? You see what I'm saying? You kind of felt like they were all secretly somehow racist. I said, that's exactly what this movie was intended to do. It's injecting race, and you know, it's injecting race into the public's minds so that it can further the globalist agenda. And you see it going on everywhere. That's me and my wife. She more opened up to Alex Jones now, and for instance, when I share the articles and stuff now, she goes and likes them. Sometimes she shares them, and for instance, she loves the toothpaste. Alex Jones, my wife loves the toothpaste. I'm telling you now, she's out of the country right now. She's been gone for about 3 weeks now, and I said, hey, you know, baby, you starting to miss America now, don't you? Because she's down in Mexico, and you know, it's not the greatest. And I said, you know, it's really the little things you start to appreciate the most, and the type of quality of life that this great country is able to provide for us. And she says, you know what, you're right. So I says, what do you miss the most? And she says, I just miss the cheeseburger, and I miss your toothpaste. She says, I miss the toothpaste. This is our oldest daughter, Aliana. She's about maybe a year here, and my wife is pregnant with our second daughter. So them are a lot of memories that I hold close to my heart. My wife is in Mexico right now because her father, who came here illegally, his whole family for that matter, literally came across the Rio Grande on an inner tube. And they've came here and kind of settled and been here for quite a while, since he was a child actually. This is my wife with her father during incarceration. He himself chose to engage in illegal activities, which ultimately ended up getting himself some federal attention. Wound up in a facility, a correctional facility, and served for his crime, and he is deported back to Mexico now.
You are a Trump supporter, and you do support Trump. Why do you still support him when you've had this situation happen where your wife's dad was deported? And what's your stance on illegal immigration?
They should do it legally. basically. I think that they should go through the process. That's what it's set up for, and I think that we should have a government in place that's going to protect its citizens and enforce these laws. We can't just have anybody coming over into the country and just sitting here. You don't know who they are, what their intentions are, or what kind of things that they're doing, or kind of activities they're engaged in. So being a Hispanic male, my dad actually was an illegal immigrant who came over and wanted to fit in with American society and stuff, and he's assimilated pretty good, and he obtained a citizenship, and he's here now.
Do you think that it would benefit the liberals in their perspective to be petitioning the government for a more efficient and effective legal immigration system so that they could actually get people through faster and get them their legal status, their rights, their rights that every American has, so that they aren't being taken advantage of, so that they're going through and they're learning about having the Bill of Rights, having the Constitution, having these rights at their disposal, rather than coming here and getting taken advantage of in the court systems because they don't know about those things.
When I'm having these kind of debates with liberals or people who do not support the wall or just want anybody coming across the border, is that when they ask me, why do you support Trump and how could you after the things he had said about illegal immigration? And I basically tell them this. I say, hey, you know what? Under Obama, when he was shipping in the illegals illegally and he was letting them come over here illegally, see, the Mexicans that are coming over illegally, when they do that, they are coming to America and they're forced to live in the shadows. They are afraid of police officers. They're afraid of government agencies. They cannot take out loans. They cannot build credits. They cannot do the things that an American citizen can do, although they try. I know some get the fake IDs or whatnot, but I tell them, look, hey, if we can reform illegal immigration, instead of having you guys come over here illegally and just letting you guys live here illegally, which I'm sure you guys don't mind doing it because you've been doing it for so long, and for instance, I heard of some illegals, I talked to them, I know some who've been here for 20, 30 years and haven't attained a citizenship, and I don't understand why myself. So I tell them, hey, you know what, if we have a president like Trump who can get illegal immigration reform, check this out, it's going to help you guys out in the long run, but you don't even know it yet, because let me explain. If we get Donald Trump in here and we can reform illegal immigration, and we can somehow set up a system like Millie Weaver was talking about to get the good ones over here, the ones that want to work, the ones that are ambitious, the ones that want to start businesses. If we can get them guys over here and have them set up their shops, help our economy out, hire American citizens, I says, hey, you know what? They come over here, we get them their citizenship, we get them their background checked and everything else, and they check out okay. I don't have a problem with them being here, and for instance, it's going to help them out more because then they would become a citizen and they're able to like she had said, have the Bill of Rights apply to them and the Constitution apply to them and everything else.
I love PJW, or Paul the Great, as Cernovich likes to say. I love Paul. He's pretty much who woke me up the most. I mean, Jones did for the most part, but Paul did it with a smile on my face. And he's right and truthful, but he makes it a little comical too, pointing out how the liberals are loony.
I think his accent makes him fun to listen to.
Yes,
I think it makes him very fun to listen to.
The English accent, that definitely does
For
help.
instance, he says, hey, you know, a lot of guys hanging out in the garage.
Yeah.
We're from Kansas, we never heard of that. First thing that I do, brush my teeth. Super blue. Can't go wrong. I'm telling you, this toothpaste here will leave a clean filling. And it'll leave your mouth feeling clean for hours and hours after you use it. Eliminates bad breath. It's an amazing product, man. I'd really recommend it. And after I brush my teeth, I might like to come to the kitchen. And get my dose of Survival Shield X2.
But if you want DNA Forces 20% off.
Survival Shield X2, great product, man. I really recommend it. Talking about Paul Joseph Watson and stuff, and I said, hey, let's go inside and plug some products. I gotta let anybody know who's watching this that you guys gotta buy these products, man. They're great. A lot of them will change your life, have you feeling great.
My girlfriend and I use it as well. The tea tree shampoo, I like it. I mean, I really don't have very much hair anymore, but she likes it. She has really thick hair, and she's been looking for something that's all natural. And I told her about that, and she was like, yeah, we'll try it, and she loves it. I also have the toothpaste. I use it every day. I have several shirts. And the Alexa Pure water filter, I love that thing. Make my coffee with it, I cook with it, with the water, you know, that comes out of there. I'm probably gonna have to buy a new water filter here pretty soon. I use it so much. I do want to try the vitamin mineral fusion. That's next on my list of things to get.
I am going to order the Myco ZX. I'm going to order the probiotics for my wife. She's been bugging me. I promised the kids some vitamin mineral fusion. She's been hounding me on that, to getting the kids some vitamins. And I wouldn't want to buy them anywhere else but Alex Jones, Infowars. This is flyover country. We are the people of flyover country. We are out here. We do exist. We are the small people. We are out here working 7 days a week. We are out here paying taxes. And we are awake, we are paying attention, we got our eyes on the global list, and we are coming after you. Our greatest weapon is knowledge, and I think that is going to be the one thing that defeats the globalists, is a well-informed and educated public.